I've been doing some extensive research on the knee because of my leg injury, and I find this joint so fascinating, and I've learned so much more about the knee that I'm so excited to share this with you. So this will be a three-part series on the knee. Part one on knee repair, part two, knee strengthening, and part three on healthy knee maintenance. Calf and cartilage injuries are very popular in the athletic world where ball sports are involved, like basketball, squash, football. I initially injured my calf about 10 weeks ago. When I was ready for my big tournament in Hong Kong, I was 6 weeks into my healing progress for my calf. I knew it was not quite healed, but I figured it was good enough to still compete in the tournament. So my initial trauma on the calf was on my gastroc, where I damaged the muscle fibers. My second injury was consistent with my calf injury because it was not fully healed. After I came home, I had my MRI. I met with my doctor. She said, your meniscus is intact, your ACL, your MCL, your PCL, all your ligaments are intact. And I said, wow, that's wonderful. She said, not really, because I torn the cartilage of my femoral medial condyle, just where the calf connects to the end of the femur. It's easier to repair a meniscus or ACL, PCL than it is to repair cartilage. Cartilage cannot necessarily repair on its own depending on the extent of the injury. So cartilage repair could need special surgery, and that's what makes it a little bit more complicated. There may be several non-surgical options, such as using stem cells or your own platelets to help promote regeneration of the cartilage. I meet with my surgeon tomorrow, and I'm very excited about the recommended repair and commencing my physical therapy to get back on the courts as soon as I can, but to make sure that I totally healed before I enter any tournaments. Injury to the knee mostly cause inflammation, swelling, pain, limited range of motion, and instability. What can we do to assist with the healing and repair of the knee? The RICE therapy, RICE, rest, icing the joint, compression, and elevating the leg to prevent inflammation. Decreasing the inflammation in the joint also reduces the pain in the joint. So other than the RICE therapy, rest, ice, compression, and elevation, what else can we do? These suggestions for healthier knees are not only for athletes, but for anyone who has arthritic knees or cartilage deterioration or osteoporosis. These healthy suggestions are for everyone to improve the health of our knees. 70% of our joint health is based on nutrition. Focus on foods that are higher in collagen, antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin K, magnesium, calcium, omega-3 fats, and protein. So these are some of the foods that help with not only cartilage repair, but also the health of the ligaments and tendons of the knee. Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, any type of leafy dark green vegetables, legumes, all types of berries, oranges, fatty fish, green tea, bone broth. Buy the fresh ginger root and turmeric, and you can grate that in your foods. Those are highly anti-inflammatory. These foods are not only specific to the health of your knees, but the health of your joints, your hips, your shoulders. If you're thinking of taking additional supplements, you should seek professional advice to determine the supplements that are better and safer for your condition. All those foods that are excellent and amazing for joint health and for cartilage repair, they're all anti-inflammatory. It's really beneficial for us to include anti-inflammatory foods in our daily nutrition because it helps our overall health and it improves our quality of life. So next Monday, in part 2 of our knee series, we will discuss the most effective exercises for strengthening our knees. Whatever you do, have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.